After my sister was killed, I developed that feeling that I don't belong and I'm not from here. This is actually the name of my new track that I just finished last week. In this track, I was able to actually put kind of all these emotions of feeling like, yeah, no one really understands me. I don't belong in this world. All my life I've been trying to fit in, but then I'm realizing that maybe I was never meant to fit in. And this track grows into something like about becoming really you, becoming confident and realizing that you actually don't have to fit in because you're like in your own lane. Mm-hmm. I also added some healing frequencies. I tuned synth to certain frequencies. I recorded my heart chakra singing bowl and added it into the mix. Plus, I also recorded affirmations, confidence, and like feeling like good affirmations. And I made them like super low in the mix that you can't really hear them, but the feeling is still there. And while people listening to them, it's still gonna affect them on a subconscious level. And each time they listen, they're gonna be feeling more aligned with the version that they are, with who they are. And it's like more confident and just better in their own skin.
Yeah. Obviously, you were kind of born in Siberia and you're Russia. Your sister was. Are you open to talking a little bit about what happened with your sister and how that affected you personally at that time?
We don't really know much. We just know that he was in her own apartment. And what I was able to discover over the years, I think it was someone who she knew because she opened the door. But yeah, it's like definitely changed a lot in our lives. Like my mom almost committed suicide after that, and it was tough, and it still is. It's been 30 years at this point, and I'm still working with psychologists on trying to get these things, some of the things out of my system, you know. Mm-hmm. And the interesting thing that my memory got super blocked. I don't remember anything up until probably the age of 7 or 8. Mm-hmm. Just because I guess it was so much pain there that my memory just blocks. I don't remember anything from that. Yeah. Which I wish I could, because I wanted to remember her, but the only thing I remember is by looking at the pictures or at the videos. But yeah, it definitely changed everything. Yeah. But at the same time, I know if it never happened, probably life would be also very different. I wouldn't grow up in kind of isolation like I did. My mom became super overprotective of me, so she wouldn't allow me to go to summer camps with other kids, and that was one of the reasons I guess that I was so isolated, but at the same time I was in my own world, and maybe that's what helps me now to create what I create. And yeah, I feel like I would never end up in the US either if we didn't have that happen in our lives. So everything would definitely be different, but yeah, it's what it is, and yeah, it's tough, but
yeah,
can we do it?
Yeah, no, that makes sense. So when you were going through and you were starting to study music and that age, when did you first discover DJing? How did that become part of who you are?
Well, it was a complete accident, to be honest. So I moved to Tumen for university, and I have 2 university degrees in management, and it's translator in economics, which I've never really needed in my life, but my parents wanted me to have a university degree. So, and at university, I started to work at a radio station. So I was basically turning songs on and off and announcing tracks. And one day I saw an advertisement for DJ courses. And I thought it meant radio DJing. So I showed up, and then I realized that they were teaching club DJing. And the funny thing, I knew absolutely nothing about. I didn't go to the clubs, because my parents would be scared of me, so they never let me go to the clubs. So I didn't know who were the DJs. I couldn't tell the difference between genres. I didn't know what's the difference between house or techno or trance. It was that bad, because some people assume that I was electronic music fan from my childhood, but not at all. I was probably the least qualified person in the room. But I had some free time because it was summer vacation, and I thought, why not to learn something new? And somehow I got hooked. I started to get first small gigs, then my first residency, and then I convinced my parents to send me to Moscow to study at audio school. It's the biggest DJ school in Russia.
Hi.
And my mom came with me first. And yeah, there I started how to mix on turntables, how to play vinyl, CDJs, then started to learn scratching, production, then competitions, everything. So before I knew it, the DJing completely took over my life.
When does bass music start to come into your life? Were you already a big fan of bass music at that point, or did that come a little bit later?
It came a little bit later, but right before basically I moved to the States. I came to the States, I didn't move to the States yet. I just started to get invites to play at one of the biggest trap and dubstep parties, events in my city, Tumen, where I was living for university. And I started to do these events, and it immediately clicked with me that I really like dubstep, I like bass music, and that's where I started to get a lot of feedback from people also. I feel like I was just playing music, I wasn't doing anything, any tricks, so I haven't been doing scratches or anything, and I was just mixing songs, but still people would message me that how much they love my set. Like there I started to feel like I'm kind of stepping on my path, and that bass music is actually what I want to play. But it didn't last long, because then I came to the States. I started to play everything I needed to survive. I forgot about this connection to bass music for so many years until like basically half a year ago in Bali, it started to all come back to me. I really loved that energy of bass music, like how bass music made me feel.
How did it make you feel?
It's just like alive. Yeah, that's I guess the best word. It makes me feel alive.
Yeah. Can you say more about that? When you say alive, were you feeling like, what was it about that aliveness that you wanted to keep having in your life?
Now that we talk about that, it's interesting because I just was discussing this with my therapist, and we actually discovered that I kind of stopped fully living after she died. Kind of in the way like, if she's not alive, like I don't want to be alive either. And like going through my entire life, not being fully present, not being like fully inside my body, and not fully like feeling alive. But that's where like bass music comes in play. Like bass music is one of the most physical forms of music. And you don't just hear it, you feel it. You feel it in your chest, you feel it in your body, in your stomach, like your nervous system feels this. And that's what helps you feel more connected with your body. That's what like bass music does to me. And that's why I'm saying that it makes me feel alive, because it brings me back into my body and makes me more connected to myself.